All right, welcome back. I'm Dave, and this is Save America Vote Tulsi Gabbard. Still under the weather, just nasal congestion, all that fun stuff. So, I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I want to address something. I ended up actually deleting a video. I received a message from somebody who's fairly prominent in progressive media, and it would have been nice to have. I guess it would have been nice to talk or meet on different terms and share thoughts and be able to pick this person's brain a little bit and just have a dialogue. But the first encounter is regarding a video I did where I had another video playing. I addressed it in real time. I didn't like what was said at the very end of the video. I thought, even though there were words on the screen that said Tulsi would be great as president, but if not president, then at least she gets on Bernie Sanders' staff. Now, I was told this person is a diehard Tulsi supporter and went and picked up trash on the beach with her and so forth. And, I was almost accused of being malicious. And I have no malicious intent in my heart for anything regarding this person. In fact, in the video, I think I said, I'm sure this guy is probably a nice guy. I just didn't like the way the video ended. And I addressed it. And I've been in a mood for a couple of weeks now where it's all Veep talk. She's going to be a vice president. She's at 1% in the polls. There's no path. I've heard this. There's just no path for her. And there is obviously, and anybody with a brain would know that there's a media blackout that has been fairly persistent. Every time they do these polling, and they'll include all these women Democratic candidates for president. Her name won't show up there. Amy Klobuchar is there, but Tulsi Gabbard is not. So am I discouraged? Yeah. And then I get hit with this. And so the video is gone, deleted, because it's not productive. If I'm ticking off people who are more prominent in this industry, because I'm just like a new kid on the block. And not only that, I'm not authentic. I don't hit the litmus test. Excuse me, I can't talk either. But I don't hit the litmus test of things that I need to be an authentic progressive, because I'm not. I'm an independent thinker, and I'm not into labels. I'm not into bean counting. I'm not into identity politics. I like to be able to use words because I think words mean things, and if I say first and then I say America, that shouldn't be outrageous. All right, and I understand what it means to certain people. And so, again, out of just trying to be sensitive to people, I'll refrain, but folks, speech and free speech is under assault right now. I don't care if you like Paul Watson or Louis Farrakhan or whoever it is or not, it's free speech. And they're going to come for us eventually. They're going to come for everybody who espouses something that's not in their lane of neocon, neolib, politically correct, keep everything in this grouping, and I'm going to decide what, large tech companies are going to be the arbiters of what gets heard and what doesn't get heard. And that's dangerous. And I can offer apologies to this gentleman who, I kind of narrated the video on. The video didn't have a lot of views at the time of my narration. So I don't know. I haven't gone back to see and look at any of the comments or reactions. All I can say is that I just want the best for our country, and I wanted Tulsi Gabbard to succeed. And it's very early in this process. And I'm wondering if maybe I should take a little break, get off this thing for a while, and let the process kind of shake itself out a little bit more. I don't know if I'm really contributing to the conversation that people, the true progressives, I don't know if I'm helpful to them. I'm really not trying to be helpful to them. I'm really concerned about Tulsi Gabbard. In the end, like I say, this channel will probably morph into another channel where I talk more than just Tulsi Gabbard, because it's inevitable. It appears to be that she's not going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. Not only does she have to overcome the polling and the media, but she's got to get past Bernie, and she's got to get past the typical candidates like Biden and Beto and Kamala Harris. So I don't know. I guess I'm a little depressed and a little bummed out today, because again, it would have been cool to have like a phone call or a meeting of the minds and say, hey, nice to meet you, and let's talk about this and so forth. The comment comes to me, and it's just like a shot, it's like a bullet. I'm just like, wow, I really respect this person too. So that kind of sucked, that I was getting critiqued by this person who in a lot of videos I mention this guy's name, and I say he's got a great channel and you should go watch it, and he's really one of the strongest voices for this movement, and he's very strong Tulsi supporter and endorsed Tulsi, and I don't know. And everybody was telling me, you need to watch this guy, and I have been. I've been watching him, and I guess maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. I don't know. I mean, look, feeling sorry for myself. This isn't what this is about. It's just realizing the limitations of what you can do, what you can say. People who are into this stuff are really into this stuff, maybe more so than I am. I mean, I have a wife and kids, and I have other interests. I have a music channel, which is really starting to suffer because it's tough to talk about music. And when your country is kind of falling apart and you realize that there are more important things to say, and you should say them while you're alive and breathing and so forth, other stuff seems to kind of take a back seat. So I don't know. I know this video was just me blubbering on here, but I wanted again to say I apologize and I'm sorry for mischaracterizing this particular person and their ideas about Tulsi. I would like to see more people fighting to the end and not admitting defeat even before the first debate is held, because I think you really are doing too much of the horse race stuff too far in advance. I hate to use this example, but Bill Clinton, I mean, he was floundering in '92. And I remember, I think he was like toward the bottom of the pack for a long time. And then all of a sudden he became the comeback kid. And if you go back in the history, and I'm not saying I'm just looking at it from a political standpoint. I'm not saying that, I'm really happy that Bill Clinton became the president and so forth. But you never know what's going to happen. You never know in politics what's going to happen. And so that first debate, I mean, she may catch fire like nobody's business. I know she's got a lot to overcome, and I've been documenting what she has to overcome. But I wish people would stop with the Veep talk, stop with the 1% talk, stop with the, keeping it real talk. Yeah, I get you're trying to keep it real, but Tulsi's great. She's fantastic, and you should be shouting if Joe Rogan can just say, yeah, I'm supporting Tulsi, and Joe Rogan's got a lot more clout than anybody in this movement. He does. So I don't know if people go to him for political advice, but this isn't like a hobby for Joe Rogan. In other words, Joe's got other things to say and to talk about. So the fact that he put it out there for Tulsi, it speaks a volume, speaks many volumes. My last video was about that, and it was demonetized for a while. So obviously people don't want to connect Tulsi Gabbard with Joe Rogan, because then they might, the normal people, when I say normal, people who are just not into this political horse trading game, they're just going to go there and listen to Joe Rogan talk about Tulsi Gabbard. And they're going to want to support Tulsi Gabbard. So, I don't know if any of that made sense, but I'm done.